Shalom. Thanks for joining me. Deuteronomy chapter 9. Nope, excuse me. Chapter 8. Chapter 8. Deuteronomy chapter 8. All the mitzvot I'm giving you today, you ought to take care to obey, so that you will live. Increase your numbers. Enter and take possession of the land Adonai swore about your ancestors. You ought to remember everything of the way in which Adonai led you these 40 years in the desert, humbling and testing you, in order to know what was in your heart, whether you would obey his mitzvah or not. He humbled you, allowing you to become hungry, and then fed you with manna, which neither you nor your ancestors had ever known, to make you understand that a person does not live on food alone, but on everything that comes from the mouth of Adonai. Jesus quoted that to Satan in one of Jesus' temptations. When he was hungry after fasting 40 days, Satan looked at him and said, "Hey, if you really are the Son of God, make these little stones here become loaves of bread." And Jesus said, "It is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from Adonai." And that's true for you and me. We don't live by bread alone. We need every word that God gives us. That's how we live. And so Jesus knows the book of Deuteronomy very well. So verse 4, during these 40 years, the clothing you were wearing didn't grow old and your feet didn't swell up. Think deeply about it. Adonai was disciplining you just as a man disciplines his child. So obey the mitzvot of Adonai, your God, living as he directs and fearing him. Notice this humbling, this testing, this discipline. There's a reason why we go through difficulties and hardships. It may not be a spiritual attack from Satan or demons. It very likely may be nothing more than just the circumstances of life. But what if it is God himself bringing hardships and difficulties into our life on purpose, so that we would learn to depend upon him and not upon ourselves, that we would learn to have faith and trust in him and not in ourselves alone. He is God, not you and me. So verse 7, for Adonai your God is bringing you into a good land, a land with streams, springs, and water welling up from the depths and valleys and on hillsides. It is a land of wheat and barley, grapevines, fig trees, pomegranates, a land of olive oil and honey, a land where you will eat food in abundance and lack nothing in it, a land where the stones contain iron and the hills can be mined for copper. So you will eat and be satisfied, and you will bless Adonai your God for the good land he has given you. And this is very important. This verse 11 through verse 20, you could mark it, highlight all of this section right here. Be careful not to forget Adonai your God by not obeying this mitzvah, rulings and regulations that I'm giving you today. Otherwise, after you have eaten and are satisfied, built fine houses and lived in them, increased your herds, flocks, silver, gold, and everything else you own, you will become proud-hearted, forgetting Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, where you lived as slaves, who led you through the vast and fearsome desert with its poisonous snakes, scorpions, and waterless, thirsty ground, who brought water out of flint rock for you, who fed you in the desert with manna, unknown to your ancestors, all the while humbling and testing you in order to do you good in the end. You will think to yourself, my own power and the strength of my own hand has gotten me this wealth. No. You ought to remember Adonai your God, because it is he who has given you the power to get wealth in order to confirm his covenant, which he swore to your ancestors, as it is happening even today. If you forget Adonai your God, follow other gods and serve and worship them, I am warning you in advance today that you will certainly perish. You will perish just like the nations that Adonai is causing to perish ahead of you, because you will not have heeded the voice of Adonai your God. If you want to see the fulfillment of that warning, First and Second Kings. First and Second Kings are the fulfillment of these very warnings. Thanks for joining me. Next chapter.